We shall now proceed to the following statement made in terms of Council Rule 234. This particular statement will come from the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. It is printed on the order paper and it reads as follows: Executive action and measures to revitalise the cultural and creative industries economy in South Africa. Honourable members, please join me in inviting the Honourable Gayton McKenzie, Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, to make the executive statement.
Honourable House Chair of Committees, Honourable Ryder, Ministers of the Government of National Unity present today and Deputy Ministers, Honourable members of this august House, I greet you all. The cultural and creative industries are a cornerstone of our national identity, social cohesion, and economic recovery. The sector defines our nation's soul and heartbeat while contributing significantly to employment, innovation, and the economy. In many developed countries, the sector contributes more than 5% of the GDP, while in South Africa we are still struggling to go beyond 3% of our GDP. When one considers the amount of talent, the amount of creativity that we have in South Africa and the passion, with proper systems and adequate support, we can unleash the talent and channel its contributions towards the economy. Through strategic investments, policy development, infrastructure enhancement, and program support, we can awaken the sleeping giant and unleash its true potential, not only as an entertainment and amusement activity, but also as a huge economic driver and job creator. In our plans for 2024 to 2029 medium-term development plan, the revitalization of this sector of the cultural and creative industries is our single major strategic objective. Of course, we've already started with a number of key executive actions and strategic interventions to reposition this sector and place it on a path to excellence. And I will elaborate about that excellence shortly. What are the creative and cultural industries? Cultural and creative industries are those activities that require creativity, skill, and talent, something we have in abundance in South Africa. While these activities mainly encompasses non-utilitarian values such as entertainment, spirituality, heritage, and symbolism, they also have huge potential for wealth and job creation. The CCCI encompasses a diverse range of subsectors and value chains. According to the United Nations estimates, the CCI accounts for 3.1% of global GDP and 6.2% of employment worldwide. They generate annual revenues of more than $2 trillion and account for nearly 50 million jobs worldwide. About half of those employees in this sector are women. Though in South Africa this is not yet the case, which I will touch on. The sector also employs more young people than any other sector. In our South African context, according to the South African Cultural Observatory 2022 mapping study, the total contribution of the CCI to GDP in 2020 was 161 billion, which is about 2.9% contribution to our GDP. This makes the CCI sector about the same size as agriculture. The CCI accounts for 6% of all jobs in South Africa, 6%, which translates into just over 1 million jobs. There is, however, still a lot of room for growth when one considers that in countries such as China, The CCI contributes 7.4% to their GDP. In Japan, it contributes 6.8%. In South Korea, it contributes 5.8%. India, 4.9%. And the US, a cultural powerhouse and the world's largest economy, it's 4.6%. How do we grow this CCI sector? As a number of interventions have been put in place since the advent of democracy in 1994 to try to grow the CCI and protect creatives, more especially the downtrodden and poorest of the poor in the value chain. Notwithstanding these efforts, a number of artists still die poor, and some with huge talent still remain unrecognized, unsupported. Some who make it big in terms of fame still have short-lived careers, and their fortunes unduly withheld by ruthless market forces. To a large extent, this unsatisfactory state of affairs within the CCI can be attributed to not to unwillingness to act, but to policy interventions and support programs that have not been effectively coordinated, sufficiently funded, and consistently implemented. To fix this will require clear vision, strong leadership, and a commitment to marshal all role players and support structures in the CCI to rally behind a single agenda aimed at growing the sector. Already this tone has been set with the great foresight by His Excellency Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa for appointing such a vibrant Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. On 29 to 30 August 2024, we convened the sector boss Bharat already at the Birchwood Conference Center to listen to the inputs of representatives from every corner of the CCI to fully understand their greatest needs. You see, too many plans does not involve the people that the plans are being made for. Our approach is different. We met with the sector. We wanted to understand, how can we help you? And immediately after that, we got buy-in from them, which is very, very important. One of the first and most important structural changes that is being rolled out relates to a decision to create recognized boards for the first time, with representative members for each of the 16 major areas of the CCI. These bodies will, to an extent, replicate the federation model used in sport for major sporting codes. We now have 16 different codes being represented, being funded by us, being taken through the plan so that we can all follow one master plan. The Cultural and Creative Industry Master Plan already provides a framework for the strategic interventions. We need also to improve access to finance and investment. Through the strategic intervention, we aim to enable access to finance, investment, and incentives for operational costs to improve overall business capacity and financial viability of the CCI. Because I've got a lot to say, I'm going to jump one or two, because I assume, without a doubt, the members here are very well read and they read, so that I can have chance to just put in what is not in here. We're going to talk about product development and innovation, the support we're going to give manufacturing and access to technology, domestic and market development, effective and efficient IP rights management, intellectual property, technical and creative enterprise skills development, support for research and industry coordination, transformation. South Africa is an unequal society which reflects in the employment and ownership patterns of the creative industry. Cultural occupation contributed to transformation objectives in South Africa. In 2017, 84% of people working in the cultural occupations were made up of Black Africans, 71.8%, colored people, 10.1%, and people of Indian or Asian origin, 1.8%. However, there's still a gender bias, with 59% of people working in the industry being men. Research has also suggested that the creative industry is less transformed in terms of race and gender when it comes to ownership. We're going to support policy and legislative coherence and implementation And then, please, all members, this is very important. What we have is the Mzansi Golden Economy, a call for new applications from Mzansi Golden Economy funding, starting on 8 November this year, and we will close on 8 December. So members, please tell your members to apply for funding. Your constituencies, please tell them to apply for funding. There's no, even the ones outside the GNU is a different kind of model. We don't look at political affiliation when we give. The GNU, whether you like it or not, it represents all the people, including yourself. We are a government for you. My conclusion, and on a very serious note, I can't come here and lie to members or come here because I want to sound know it all and come here and paint a very good picture. The picture is not good. I want to be honest with you. I'm not going to be those ministers that come here and just tell you the good news. The industry is bad. Artists and creatives are not being seen in this country as workers. They can't buy houses. They can't buy cars like some of us. Artists in this country die as paupers every day. You know, I want to make you one example. If we say Shaka Zulu now, everybody is going to think about Henry Cele. Everybody here, your idea of Shaka Zulu is Henry Cele. Shaka Zulu has been shown around the world more than 100 times, everywhere. But Henry Cele has never received a cent. His children has never received anything after the meager payment he was paid to perform. I want to say to you that artists in this country, you must not judge artists by the ones or the twos that has made it. You know, South Africa, in overseas, you have Coachella, you have Glastonbury, you have Tomorrowland, you have Burning Man. These are festivals with more than 100,000 people attending. We don't have one in Africa. Now, I am planning to have the first one in Africa on the 25, 26, 27. Moses Mabhida Stadium is too small for that festival. So we are going to announce a venue. For 4 days, there's going to be music, and not only music of hip-hop, Maskandi, Mpakanga, all kinds of music. Boera music. See, the white people are looking at me. There will be Boera music, there will be Guma, there will be Soki Soki. Now he's smiling now for the first time. But
he tried to send me 3 million bucks back in.
So what I'm saying to you is that there is a problem with our artists. What we are doing now, we need to change this narrative. For too long, artists has not been taken serious. They have a bill in South Africa, which is the worst I've seen as a creative myself, that says fair use. Fair use basically means I can use it and pay you fair value. You can't go to McDonald's and decide the price of a McDonald's burger. Why is it that we should decide the price of somebody's music? Our artists, our creatives are in for a treat because we are serious, we are intentional, we're going to bring the issues on the table. There's no excuse that I want to blame any predecessor. I'm the minister. I must change this. And until the last day that I'm a minister, I can promise you, I would have moved the needle for artists like it has never been moved before. Because you cannot have so many good artists. Our artists are the best. I was in Azerbaijan and we were having dinner. And the minister in Azerbaijan said to me, there's this big DJ, you must go listen to him with me. I'm going there now. I said, who? He says, one of the world's best DJs. Black Coffee. I said, hey, this guy's playing. I said, Black Coffee is from South Africa. He says, oh, really? We have Tyler. We have black coffee. And I want to please encourage you. Chris Brown has sold out his concert in 4 hours, 90,000, which means there's a drought for entertainment in South Africa. So please support where I tell you, Makatsi is performing in Limpopo. I will be there. Makatsi, please buy tickets so we can also fill a stadium. I will lead as the minister in Limpopo to support Makatsi. And the last thing I want to say to you, Creatives has now taken a new form, which is young people making creative TikToks. At the G20 handover, and I was fighting for them so they can be paid. How can we pay children in Europe that does the same thing that our children doing here and they're not getting paid? And the last sentence, you have the best music that the youth has discovered is Amapiano. Don't listen to Nigerians when they say they invented Amapiano. Amapiano is South African. It has been invented by South Africans. You go to Paris in France, the children are just listening to Amapiano.
Thank you, Minister.
So we must support Amapiano. And to the white people, it's not a piano. It is Amapiano. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your statement, Minister.
I'm going to answer you now. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you, Minister. Honourable members, now the opportunity moves to members to make their deliberations on the statement. Minister, if you can have your seats again, you can resume your chair.
All right.
Ek sal jou microfoon afsit, hoor.
That's right. Thank you very much, members. The first opportunity to interrogate the statement of the Minister falls to the